Have you ever heard of the Polar Express? It's a tale of a train that takes kids on one special night, Christmas Eve, to the North Pole. And it turns out there's a movie about it, and it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Note, one of my favorite Christmas movies. You still need to compare it to Elf.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God!
But Elf is pretty hard to build in Minecraft. Zachary, stick to the script. If you know me, you know I like to build, and I like my favorite things. And I like my favorite things in Minecraft. So I just have to build it in my Minecraft Hardcore series, Triple Life. So I think the best way to do this is to break down the whole thing into 3 steps: planning, collecting, and building. So I'm gonna hop onto a creative testing world and plan the coaches for the Polar Express. So it's been about 10 minutes and I have planned half of one side of the coach. What do you think? Looks great, right? No, this thing is hideous. I can't possibly build this. I'll get kicked out of my own server and YouTube will delete my YouTube channel. I think I'll just have to scrap this and start over. Okay, so it's about 1 week later, and I've designed the Polar Express and its coaches. So this is the normal car that all of the kids ride in. It's normal, in case that wasn't clear. The hot chocolate car is sort of the dining car, where you would go to eat. Or maybe drink hot chocolate.
Hey, we got it! Say, we got it!
The storage car is where everyone would put their suitcases, which in this case is shulker boxes. Wait, why would the Polar Express have a storage car if it's a one-night round trip? And we also have the creepy puppet car.
You are just like me, my friend. A Scrooge!
And last for the 5 coaches, we have the observatory, which is kind of like the normal car, except the seats are turned to face each other like in the movie. And the end of it is also curved and has a railing, so you don't fall off the train.
He's gonna throw her off the train!
And we also have the Polar Express itself, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, Zachary, this looks great! It's almost as if you watched a tutorial. But, you know, I would definitely never, ever watch a tutorial.
Hey, welcome back guys, it's Crafty Fox, and let's begin building the Polar Express in Minecraft.
You saw nothing. Okay, all jokes aside, I only watched his tutorial for the Polar Express. He did have a separate tutorial for the coaches, but I designed the coaches myself. And also, for the Polar Express, he used nether bricks. I used blackstone, meaning my design is completely different than his. Okay, now you might think we can just slap on the old complete checkmark for the first step. But no, it is very much not complete. Now, technically, yes, we are done. We have built the Polar Express. But I don't want a randomly placed Polar Express somewhere. I want it in one of the scenes of the Polar Express. Now, there are a lot of scenes that I can make. Like in front of... Wait, what's the main boy's name? Hero Boy? That's not a name. We need to give him a name. How about Lil Tom Hanks? Hi, so this is Edit and Zach. So, while I was watching this back, I just found out that his name is not Lil Tom. In fact, his name is Chris. For the movie, he had no name. But in the book series, he did have a name, and his name was Chris von Alzenberg. Okay, so anyway, I can make the scene in front of Lil Tom's house, or I can make the scene at the North Pole. But... Anyway, I would like to build it at my favorite part of the movie, Glacier Gulch.
And we are rapidly approaching Glacier Gulch, which just happens to be the steepest downhill grade in the world. I suggest we all hold on tightly!
Now, there are 3 things that are necessary for this. 1. Glacier Gulch must be connected to the frozen lake, because the reason I like Glacier Gulch is because the frozen lake part is after it. And that is my favorite part of the whole movie, so I just have to build it in Triple Life. 2. The tracks must end at spawn. Because do you know how cool it would be to log on to Triple Life for the first time and see tracks that lead to the Polar Express? 3. It has to look good. Obviously. Now for you, that was 2 seconds, but for me, that was 1 week. And this might not look like much, but just by this, I have decided what the bridge will look like, what height I have to build it at, and how the ice lake connects. So now we can actually check off the first step. Okay, now you might think we can just celebrate, but we still need to collect the 5,792 blocks required to build the Polar Express. Okay, hear me out. We go mine sand and gravel, build a concrete converter, go mine down a bastion for blackstone, chop down a dark oak forest, go take a break and pet my dog Cutie. Go smelt glass, go mine for coal, go chop down a tree, go get warped wood, go ask Caleb to do the rest of the work. Okay, now that montage you just saw took you about 15 seconds, but for me, that took 5 days. Also, let me just go back to the concrete converter for 1 second. So I got a design by Ilmango for 72,000 concrete per hour. The only thing is, it has a TNT duper, and it does work. In single player, but in multiplayer, nope.
But I can guarantee that this machine would work on Vanilla single player or server.
I really have no idea why this does not work. So I tried to make it work in multiplayer because I had already spent 6 hours on the farm, but it didn't work. I spent 2 hours trying to make it work. So after being so annoyed that this farm is now useless, I did what any 13-year-old teenager would do. I grabbed some sunglasses and blew it up. Hi, this is Edit and Zach. So I realized after I blew up the farm, I forgot to look up if there was a way to fix it, because when I said I spent 2 hours fixing it, that was on my redstone knowledge. And my redstone knowledge is, well, let's just say it's the same as me trying to speak Russian. I don't know how to speak Russian. So it turns out Triple Life is a paper server, and all I had to do was change a setting about pistons to true. I learned my lesson, guys. Always ask Caleb to build the redstone farms, so if it doesn't work, I can't be blamed. Okay, now that we've blown up a farm for absolutely no reason, we can get back to building the Polar Express. But we still need to collect the blocks. And from the montage earlier, we have collected almost half the blocks. Oh, also, if you're wondering how we have the concrete without a concrete converter, that's because I spent 2 minutes building this. A concrete converter. So anyway, I think the best way to get the rest of the blocks is with a montage. That was the last block, and now we can check off the second step and build the Polar Express. This is it. The final block.